Welcome back to the channel, guys. So I got a request or a message from somebody that wanted me to do or show how to build the Sakura D5 shocks, and it's a pretty straightforward procedure. If you built shocks before, they're pretty much the same. Like 80% of the shocks are the same. I believe Overdose, I built them once a couple years ago. They were a little bit different, but in the end, it's almost the same. It's like doing an oil change for a car. It just depends, the filter will be in a different location. That's pretty much the difference. But I just took one of the shocks off from my D5, and I put the shock back in the middle. I took the mono shock off. If you watch my videos, I took it off. I'm trying a different setup now. New springs. I'll bring an update on that, how that runs whenever this COVID is done and I can go back to the track and actually run it. But yeah, so let's just continue or start with the build. So what you have here is you have these little clips here. I don't know if the camera will see it right there in the light. Those clips. There's one there, and there's one on the bottom. So and there's these little teeny slots that are already in groove on the shaft here. So you just compress it in using your little tool here, and you compress the first one in first. So this one down here goes first, and then you slide this guy right on top, and then you get the next clip, and then you do the same thing. You pinch it in. The reason I can't show you me doing it is because I'll have to take the clips off. To take these clips off, you're playing with fire there. There might be a chance you might bend it. If you bend the clip, then you might get rubber, or it might rub, or it might not go on properly, or you might break it. And I don't have any extras of these little clips, so I can't take it off to show how I put them on. But it's literally just, there's a little opening right on the side. I don't know if the camera will pick it up. It might be too small, but there's a little opening, so you just it looks like my finger, like this, like my hand, and it just goes on the clamp on the shaft just like this, right, just like that. And then you use pressure to clamp it, and then it'll just go right in. Right, hopefully that helps my demonstration, but that's how they go. So after you get that one, and then this piece here, you grab your main housing, which I have here. Oh, first what you want to do is just put this guy on, and it goes, this groove part here goes down, so faces down, and just thread it on. And the reason, this is the part where I say some shocks are a little different, because if you build like a Yokomo big bore shock, they would be an O-ring on the inside, right? But on the Sakura D5 shocks, you don't have that. You don't get a rubber O-ring. So that's one difference. But in the end, it's the same process, that you just put these together the same way. So I'm just gonna get him all the way up. I don't know if I can put a little more light on you guys. It's already bright enough from the sun here. Maybe not bright enough for the camera lighting, but so I'm just gonna put them all the way to the top. Right? So once you have that on there, you have your shaft. You put this guy in, and he'll go all the way down just like that. Right? So what you do is you just hold him, and you have your rubber. It's a little rubber bushing or rubber seal. Just put them on there. Put them all the way down. And you just squeeze it on there just like that. And then you have this guy. So you gotta watch out for this one. Right? So it has like a little slot there. I don't know if you can see it. It has like a little slot there that's a little bit higher up on the inside there. That faces out. Okay, it doesn't go in, it stays out. So that goes on here, just like that, all the way down. You would think that little groove slot will go inside, but it doesn't. Okay, you gotta watch out for that. Okay, I don't know if the camera will pick it up from the light in there. If I can see, yeah, see, there you go. See a little shaft there, it sticks out, it doesn't go in. And then you have the cap, just right here, just put it on there, and you just put them on tight, just hand tight. You don't have to grab any tools or nothing. Alright, just like that. And the next part after that is you grab your, I left my my ball cup or my ball pin on. I didn't take it off. It's easier, instead of me trying to rip this guy off, easier just to unscrew it. So don't mind this part. So you just take your ball cup, right? And you try your best to start it by hand, just like a 2-3 threads, or just like half a thread, just to get it in there. It'll be something like that, right? Some guys grab a napkin or paper towel and they put it on the shaft like this, and they squeeze and hold it tight. I just grab the sharp part, which is this part here, right? And I put it right on the end, right there. I put it right there, and I just put a little bit of pressure. I don't squeeze like I'm trying to break it. Okay, you don't squeeze like you're trying to like split it in half. Just enough just to grip, right? And then you just turn it till it goes all the way, till it holds, and there you go, right? If you want a little bit more, oh, my phone just went off. Just grab a little bit more, just turn a little bit. All right, just grab a little bit higher if you want to go more deeper in, right? You got to make sure though when you do that, make sure that the threads are the same on your other shock. Right, so this is the front shock, so I gotta make sure my other front shock is the same distance here. Right, so right now I have 2 threads showing. So on mine, let me see here, I have 2 threads showing. So now I know I'm good. Right, you gotta make sure both are good, because then if not, your lengths will be different, right? On both shocks are the same, so you gotta watch out for that. Okay, after you have this built, if you have a little stand just to put them on, you do it, but I'm only building one, so I don't need a stand. I just hold it by my hand, and I'm gonna have to use the same oil. All right, the same oil that came in the kit, right, which is the one I'm using, which is 200. Right after you built this part, so you just grab some oil and fill it up. So this part here you want to do is just fill it up. Don't go all the way to the top, but you're like at 90%. Let it settle. And then what you want to do is you want to just compress the shock. So lift it, right? So just squeeze, right? You can see. And then give it a second. And then you push all the way, then you pull all the way down. And you should see some air bubbles come up. Some of these already come up. I'm pretty sure you saw it in the video. Alright, and then I do it again, and then I go all the way down again. Oh, there's some bubbles there. Alright, perfect. So now that I did that, the oil went down, so that means I'm good. So I put a little bit more. Now I'm like at 98% full there. I'm gonna go up again. Make sure I fill in all the holes. All the way down. I do a quick spin. No air bubbles. So I'm good. So this is the part where it comes tricky. You guys gotta make sure that when you build your shocks, especially if you're building the 2 rear or the 2 front, you gotta make sure you build them the same as possible, right? Like the oil needs to be the same, because you don't want dampening to be different from the left shock to the right shock, like on suspension wise. Then you could, you'll be drifting, but you'll see there's differences when you see some people drifting or some people's cars respond differently. And right, it could be just from just the way your shock rebound is, right, for your tuning. So what I do here is I just max it out all the way to the top, just right at the brink, and I grab your cup, which comes in the kit, right? And I don't drop it and then go like this. No, I just slide them in. So I just grab it and then I slide it in. All right, and I just keep sliding it. So it sits just like that. A little bit of oil is going to come down the side, which is what's going to happen, right? And then I grab the top part, the top cup, and I start threading it down. And then that's it. Fully locked in. Clean the oil that comes out, excess oil out, or clean it off, I should say. All right. So now it's all, well, pretty sure you can see it's shiny because of I just wiped the oil, and oil leaves residue behind. So it's all nice and shiny now. And what you have to do, or you don't have to do it. This is something that I do, is I grab my cup, right, and I just squeeze in, and then I let it go. See how it barely comes out, or comes out fast but not fast enough? You want it to fully come out all the way out like this. See that? See? So that's not enough. You want it to fully come out all the way. So I checked my other one before I started to build the video, and the other one goes in and it comes out all the way fast. Like it just comes like fast like this, and this is not doing it. So that means I let too much of the oil come out when I was before I put the cup on. So what I'm gonna do is gotta take this guy apart again. Too slippery. Now that oil's coming out, hold with my paper towel now. So this is the part that you have to be careful, right? You have to try to build them all the same. This is the part that I always find the longest part to do. So I'm gonna make sure my shock is all the way down. Sorry, my shaft is all the way down. Put the oil back in again, just the top part from what I lost. And this time I'm gonna do it a little bit faster, because you guys know the process. So I'm gonna just slide them in, just like that. Grab my cup and go. Perfect. Like the excess oil off. And this one should be a little better now. There you go. See, now that I put that oil in, I'm not getting full compression, which is what I want. This is exactly what my other one is. I'm getting halfway, and then it rebounds back right away. So this one here, actually, no, I need a little bit more compression there. Yeah, see, so you can see the difference there. See, just the way I filled it up, and then I put the lid on faster, or the cap on faster. You can see how it stops me right there. All right, and you don't want, I don't know, the other one goes all the way in. Right now I have to give it some before it comes out. See, which is what, well, it depends, right? I don't want that. Maybe you want that, but you know, that's your build. So I need this to go all the way in and then all the way back out, the way it's coming out right now, but I need a little more compression. So again, and like I said, this is the most tedious part. Some guys can do this right away, but it also depends on the quality of your shocks, by the way. Just so you guys are aware. Alright, so what you want is, I just took some. There you go, took that off, took the lid off. Come on, the rubber bushing. The rubber won't come out. Oh, careful there. Let me just, oh, there it is, perfect. Alright, so I'm just gonna put a little bit more oil, just a dab. It's pretty much still full. Perfect. So I'm gonna slide him in. Light this guy on there. There you go. Clean off the excess. There you go. That's what I was looking for. Give us a better clean here. Too much oil. That's a little better. Alright, so let me see here now. So all the way in, that's better. There you go. There you go. See that? So that's what my other shock is like. So now I know both of them are the same. So now I'm good, and that's full release. I go, yeah, there's no more to pull out. It goes all the way in, comes all the way out. Perfect. So that's what I want, and that's how my other one is, so that's perfect. And again, this is all shiny from the excess oil, which is fine. After you do that, you put your shock on. I'm using Yokomo Blue. These are very soft. Right? The kit comes with black ones. I don't know what they are. They're just, doesn't say. But they're pretty stiff, or stiffer than these ones anyway. So after you put your shock in, just like that, you grab your cup part. Obviously this, where the holes faces downwards. Put the shock up, you slide him in, and then there you go. Just like that. And that's how you build a shock. Right? Hope this video was useful, and I'll see you guys on the next one.